Hello, and welcome to this tutorial on mixing lead vocals. If you're a beginner and have any questions, leave a comment, or if you're more advanced, give us your input. We always like to hear different people's approaches to a mix. We've already added some processing to this vocal track during the recording. We used some light compression with a Universal Audio 1176 compressor to smooth out the loudest peaks of the performance. We used an API 512C preamp and an API 550A equalizer. Now we're going to work on fitting the track into the rest of the mix. Let's listen to the vocal track without any additional processing added to it.
I've been sitting waiting for the rain to pour. I've been stuck in a box, locked up at the dock, scared to set sea.
I like to cut up a vocal track into individual parts, phrases, or even words. It just makes the vocal easier to work with. Make sure to cut any silent portions where the vocalist isn't singing. This removes any bleed through from the singer's headphones into the mic. You can actually hear the background music from his headphones when he stops singing.
Sitting waiting.
So, what I normally do is cut the silence and clean up the ends, with a small fade out so the track doesn't sound cut off.
I've been sitting waiting for the rain to.
Keep in mind the soloed vocal parts often sound unnatural, but no one listens to the vocals on their own. As long as it sounds good in the mix, no one will think the voice sounds unnatural. Now, let's look at the processing I'm adding to the vocals. First of all, I used an Auto-Tune plugin in order to rein in any small tuning errors. Any correcting the plugin does will be very subtle because the vocalist is a very talented singer, meaning he sounds great and stays in key. Then, I used a 7-band EQ. As you can see, I cut the lower frequencies with a high-pass filter set around 74 Hz. Then, there was an annoying resonance around 208 Hz that I also lowered a little. Let's listen to the vocals with and without the EQ.
I've been sitting waiting.
Now, without the EQ.
I've been sitting waiting.
The difference is very subtle, but it's there. I'm simply removing some of the unnecessary sound the microphone generates and picks up in the low frequency range. The resonance around 208 Hz doesn't add much to the sound. This particular resonance can be caused by the vocalist singing too close to the glass window or wall of the studio. If you hear this resonance and it's possible, move the singer and re-record. If you can't re-record, use an EQ to try and remove some of it from the track. Now onto the compressor. This is one of my favorite ones to use because it's simple. I'm using a fast attack. You can see that I'm not adding too much compression since I already compressed the vocals some during the recording. By compressing subtly during recording and again during mixing, I create a natural sounding effect while still evening out the dynamics of the performance.
I've been sitting waiting for the rain to pour.
Then I use a de-esser set to around 4 kHz.
I've been sitting waiting for the rain to pour.
As you can see, everything is very subtle with a bit of EQ, a bit of compression, and a bit of tuning and other dynamic processing. I don't like to use just one EQ or one compressor to fit a track into a mix or fix an issue. Instead, we can get a more natural sounding vocal by using multiple compressors and EQs, each in a subtler way. But that's just my mixing style. Some tracks benefit from overprocessing, others sound better with a subtle processing. It just depends on what you feel the mix needs. Next, let's take a look at the types of effects I added throughout the track.
I've been sitting waiting for the rain to pour. I've been sitting waiting for the.
I'm using a slap delay. Let me tell you how this works. The delayed soundings uses a quick repetition to give the vocal a bigger, wider sound to it without adding too much space to the sound. Then I'm using a long delay, which I've automated to play in certain spots in the song. I also placed an EQ on the long delay, aux track, and cut the low and high frequencies to give the delay a cool sound. It kind of sounds like a telephone effect on the repetitions.
To pour, I've been stuck in a box, locked up at the dock, scared to set sea. But then
Next, I added some reverb to only one part of the song to create this cool sounding effect.
see CB.
Let's listen to how the vocals sound now with the rest of the mix.
I've been sitting waiting for the rain to pour. I've been stuck in a box, locked up at the dock, scared to set sea. But then a grandfather clock, well, he said to me that my minutes turned to hours and my hours turned to days. I don't wanna live my life wasting my days. I don't need nothing but love. I don't need nothing but love. I don't need nothing but love. See.
If you have any questions, please discuss below. Thanks from Signature Sound Studios.